Pop, persuadable. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, boo-boos? It doesn't matter if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're bisexual, because at the end of the day, it's tonight. Isn't that such a wholesome dad joke? That's such a wholesome dad joke. Man, I read that joke this morning and I was happy. It made me instantly happy. So today I want to go over the difference between four-personing or four-manning, that's what it's referred to as, versus slugging. So this is a ranked match, and at the end of the match, the person was pretty pissed off with me, which I'm kind of used to people pissed off with me. It kind of comes with the content. You know, you come out with a Boston Gym video, people are pissed off because they're like, persuadable, well, what about the children? Well, first of all, that's up to your parents. That's not up to me. I can't be everyone's parent, but I can be your dad. If I come out with like a community post talking about COVID-19 or the stress of it, people be like, oh, that's too emotional. Just come out with videos, right? You come out with a character tier list. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're wrong, right? So it's just like perpetual thing of, you know, you're always going to get people mad, frustrated, aggravated with your content, and you just got to kind of, you know, respect that people at least are spending their time with you, and they have a right to do it, right? Because I like when people communicate with me, even if I don't fucking agree with you. It's a healthy thing when we all communicate. Anyways, this person, right, was mad at me because they're like, all right, what you did was toxic. And I'm like, what I did was not toxic. Trust me, I have toxic tendencies. I told you all. I hope that all of my viewers are better people than me. And I hope that you strive to be an even more better person than me. That's my goal. That's what will make me happy in life, especially if you're 17, 18, and I talk to you in 5 years and you have a really good head on your shoulders and, of course, a fucking awesome personality and sense of humor, and you tell me, hey, you actually taught me a bunch of things that helped me throughout my professional and personal life. That makes me happy. But I'm not being toxic in this video. So, excuse me, like I said, I just woke up. You guys know I do these videos in one take, so I keep it raw, I keep it genuine, so sorry, I had to clear my throat right there. Here's the thing. There is a difference between slugging and going for the four-person elimination, right? So slugging, before Percy was brought into the game, which is a whole new clusterfuck, by the way, right? It's like being told your entire life you can't marry your cousin, and then all of a sudden you finally meet somebody who did, and that's pretty much Percy. Percy got introduced to the game. It defies everything that we thought was supposed to be a way of conducting ourselves, right? You're not supposed to slug all four survivors and just watch them bleed out, especially if you're somebody on an alt account where you're a tier 7 hunter and you're going against tier 3 survivors, okay? But slugging 4 survivors and being toxic and watching them all bleed to death, not using Percy, is very different, again, from trying to secure a 4-person elimination. If I set a 3rd survivor down on the rocket chair, it means that on a map like Moonlit, it can give the other survivor plenty of time to get out of the cellar or the dungeon. And the game actually rewards us by not allowing that to happen. This is actually a legitimate strategy of trying to get that 4-person elimination, especially in rank mode when you're playing as Lizard. If you can get that 4-person elimination, you're going to get that 4-person elimination. You want those points. You're rewarded for this sort of gameplay. Furthermore, you're rewarded for this sort of gameplay in official tournament game mode. This isn't even a ranked thing. This is also a tournament thing. So I wanted to make that video because, well, first of all, I did feel bad that the person in this match is pissed off at me. I didn't feel bad to the point where I regretted it, but I felt bad because this person was a little confused. And I'm like, man, I ain't slugging you all. I ain't slugging y'all. I'm trying to get a 4-person elimination because playing Lizard can be stressful as fuck. And I need to get as many points as I can with this guy. You know, because there's Lizards who are probably better than me and it's easier for them. But for me, it's difficult. Sometimes I feel like I play my own head games. So anyways, that's why I wanted to make this video to let you know that securing a 4-person elimination is not the same thing as slugging. And in regards to slugging, I'm not even necessarily against slugging, at least in a rank match if you have all harassers, right? Like, yeah, like slugging can be super annoying, especially in 2 versus 8. That can be a very frustrating feeling. But the thing is that if you're playing 4 harassers in a rank match, think of your cowboy, your prospector, your forward, you know, those sorts of characters. And you're doing nothing but staying on the hunter's ass the entire game as he tries to pick somebody up and puts them in the rocket chair. Then I can look at slugging as a possible counter. Especially if there's 2 survivors who are doing nothing but trying to harass. So say if I down a survivor and I have 2 survivors harassing me and there's still 4 or 5 ciphers up, well, at that point, I look at it as, well, you're just harassing me. You're not even trying to decode. So, yeah, I'm going to try to knock you all down. If that's the game that you're going to bring into this, then sure, that's the game that we're going to play. I don't really know, because I did take a stance against slugging, especially in 2 versus 8 a long time ago, because it can be an extremely toxic thing. But I'm not sure if I'm changing my opinion or if my opinion is evolving. But I genuinely think that if you are, you know, 4 survivors who are constantly harassing a hunter and you're not decoding the game, at that point in time, you're not even really playing the game to win or playing it seriously. You're just playing it to harass a hunter. Therefore, I think a hunter has every right to harass you back. Either way, regardless of that stance, I think I would like to hear your opinions on that. At the end of the day, it's a video game. Play the fucking video game. You know, I think sometimes we get too involved in the morals of it. And I can fall for that trap too. I feel like I'm like 2 different people sometimes. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Like some days I care a lot about that etiquette, and then other days I'm like, who the fuck cares, man? I gotta blow some steam, you know? But this right here, this gameplay, this is actually the main focus. So the main focus of this video is to tell you that you securing a 4-person elimination by downing the last 2 survivors, that is not considered slugging. That is a perfectly valid tactic that you should use, especially if you're preparing for a tournament or you're trying to refine your hunter skill. I don't care what any survivor says. This is something that's rewarded in-game, rewarded out-of-game, rewarded in tournament gameplay. This has been a long standing tactic. It's when you start talking about slugging in general where it can get very toxic. The conversation about it. I do, you know, from a general standpoint, if you said should a hunter go and slug 4 survivors and watch them bleed to death, obviously my gut instinct is going to say no. You know, you're not really going to win like that unless you're in like tier 1 or tier 2, which at that point you're being a bully. But if I have 3 survivors, I have gameplay footage of me going against 3 cowboys and I slugged them because every time I try to pick one of them up, there was another one there. They weren't even decoding. They didn't care about decoding. They cared about harassing me with their cowboys in quick match. So I slugged all 3 of them. Because every time I pick one up, they're going to lasso. What do you want me to do? Keep losing? No, I'm going to slug the hell out of all of you. And they didn't yell at me. I think they understood. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, my boo-boos, I love you. I just wanted to kind of clarify that and also ask you your opinions on that. What are your opinions of this? I'm going to read through the comments. I do a pretty good job. I'm doing a better job at hearting the comments when I do read them, regardless of what you write. You know, you could say, hey, persuadable, you blow ass, boom, heart. It's technically true, though, but regardless of that, so you know that I'm actually reading your, you know, everyone's replies and stuff. And I do go back periodically throughout the week and check some of the older videos because I'm really fascinated with people's opinions. I'm not here just to preach my own. I really want to see what other people are saying. It helps me grow as a person, helps me grow as a player. But this is not fucking slugging. You all have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you soon, boo-boos. Bye-bye now.